Hello, everybody. So, as it turns out, last week, Saylor did not do the common ATM. I was hoping he did, given the discrepancy between MSTR price and Bitcoin's price. But he didn't do ATM. He did 100% preferred. Saylor is the captain of the boat. He has the Bloomberg terminal. He sees the inflows live, and he probably thought doing the preferred was the best way to go last week. And so, we don't have too much information as to how he makes these decisions. I was really thinking the ATM would keep going heavy and ramping up, especially before we get the fall rally. But I guess we have a captain, and the captain decided to do something else. So a few takeaways from this. Saylor clearly has not given up on the preferreds. Don't quote me on this, but I follow this company pretty closely. And at the regular ATM program, so if you remove the IPOs, if you don't look at the IPOs of either preferred, and if you just look at regular common ATM issuance, 68.2 million of preferreds is actually very impressive. It's probably all-time high, although I didn't have a chance to go check all of the 8Ks, but it's probably all-time high, or if it's not, it's close to it. And so the key, of course, is going to be this week. How much preferred is he able to do this week? Maybe this week he's able to cross 100 million. That would be beautiful, right? With a rate cut, maybe he's able to do something like that. But clearly, we've had a beautiful ramp on the preferreds, and that's the key question mark on strategy right now is how quickly he's going to be able to ramp these preferreds. Now, not going to lie here, I definitely wish he had done the common ATM as well, but it's a lot of people are very loud and outspoken against the common ATM, and so I have to believe that Saylor is the captain. And at this point, if he didn't do the common ATM, maybe there was a reason. Maybe really the demand for the stock maybe was so weak last week that he didn't feel like doing it. To be honest, if I didn't have this YouTube channel, I would not be sweating strategy one bit. In fact, I don't sweat it. I just comment on the movements of the stock because that's a leading stock for the channel, and I'm working on this YouTube channel. And so if I didn't have a YouTube channel, and I was worried about MSTR, I would just go on a walk in the forest, and I would not open the broker, and I would be sitting on my shares and waiting for the fall rally to start. This is not investment advice. This is what I would do, and this is what I've always done with stocks. And like today, I had been sitting on Tesla for years, and these past 3 days, I guess now, we have such a beautiful movement on Tesla. It's unbelievable. And so I believe these days are coming for MSTR, but nobody knows when. I have no idea when it's going to come. I know that MSTR is the blue chip. I'll get to that in a second. Saylor could really catch a break with the prefers and really, go hard on the preferreds if the ATM on stretch gets started. And that's the chatter that I see on X right now. People saying ATMing stretch, as soon as we break $99, ATMing stretch could be a thing. And so he raised the rate on stretch by 1%. And we have a big event on Wednesday, a big event that should move the value of debt instruments, right? And so if the value of all debt instruments like stretch are moved on Wednesday, maybe stretch is past $99 on Wednesday, and maybe at that point he can really ATM stretch and really unfold and start the preferred story, which I still believe is early. I still believe we are in the common ATM story, although not last week. I will conclude really briefly, telling you why we should be very proud, in my view, of MSTR. MSTR is the blue chip in the sector. MSTR today is behaving as intended. Bitcoin's down 1.82% as I speak. Strategy is down -2%. There's really not much to it. I mean, these are small movements in reference in relation compared to what's going on with some of the other American Bitcoin Treasury companies that try to compete with strategy. This is absolutely insane. Trending again on X rate on Naka down at one point I think it was down 60% or something like that about investors not being locked up. So the asset entities, right, down 17-18%. So these and they're SPAC-like entities, right? When these Bitcoin buying vehicles experience such huge volatility to the downside, we should actually rejoice that strategies are only down 2%. It is the blue chip. It is the giant, right? Strategy is the asset that only the big guys can buy, right? Like if you have billions to invest, there's only strategy. These companies are just way too small right now and way too volatile. And it's crazy to think. I know people are very frustrated right now with strategy, but we are clearly the blue chip. Imagine kindly MD, Nakamoto being down 50% right now. Like, this is crazy. So I'll take minus 2% on my largest position today. It's a good day. It's really a good day. It could be way, way worse. And you can see when people rotated, there has to be out there a lot of people who sold MSTR to rotate to some of these faster plays, right? There has to be. And that's definitely not me. So anyways, this was not investment advice. This is not financial advice, only entertainment on this channel. Please like, please subscribe, follow me on Patreon, follow me on X. Thank you for watching, and have a wonderful, wonderful day.